Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture on the course Python Fundamentals, Building Blocks for Aspiring Developers. We will continue with the 8th module that is about modules and packages. So according to our agenda, we are on the 30th day. We will have a look at packages and how we can install third-party packages with pip. So let's begin. So in the previous video, we discussed briefly what is the difference between packages and modules. So in Python, package is a directory that contains a different set of modules, a lot of modules, and there's an optional file. So it file indicates to Python that the directory should be treated as a package. So you can see the file that is underscore underscore init underscore underscore dot py. So that tells okay, this directory is a package. Um, so packages provide a hierarchical structure for organizing and distributing Python code. So maybe we have one module that is doing one thing, the other module that is doing another thing. Those are slightly related, but it makes sense to put them in a different module. So this is why we have different modules arranged in one package. And by organizing related modules in packages, developers can create cohesive and maintainable code bases. Like we will understand from the package, okay, this is the package and these are the modules, then we can have better code and better code sharing. So after, once we install Python, we have the Python standard library, right? But as we discussed, that sometimes we want functions that are not there. Maybe some complex models, maybe some complex functions, maybe some complex computations. This is where third-party applications, third-party packages come into play. Okay, so these are the packages that are on the internet. Um, we can install them on the internet. They are created by communities. Maybe someone did a very implemented a very difficult algorithm of a model of some computation in Python, and they thought, okay, I'd share it. So they share it as a package. Sometimes companies, for example, they can create packages or modules. For example, Google, Microsoft, they create different packages for different things, and they share that. Now these are sometimes there are packages that allow us to communicate with Google. So Google creates a package, we install that package, and through that package we can communicate with Google, send some requests or things like that. Sometimes they just create general packages, and sometimes by other users. You might want to create a package by yourself. So these are all third-party packages, and these are available in a Python package index PYPI. This is a repository. So everyone who creates a package, they upload it to the repository. This is like a common repository where you can find all the packages. So you will know that okay, this is the place to look for. And we install these packages from command prompt. We cannot install it from within the code. And once they are installed, they are there. We can then use them afterwards without the need to install them again and again. So how do we install it? So there's a tool which is called pip. Pip is a command line tool. That means that it is kind of a command that you put in command line. It does not have a user interface, so it allows us to install packages. So typical syntax to install a package is that we write pip install and then the package name. Sometimes we want to specify a version of the installation, and we do it by writing the version. For example, in this image below, you can see pip install numpy. Now this will install the latest package available. But if I do not want a latest package, I can say pip install numpy, and I can write the version name. Now, why it is important? Sometimes when you are working with different people in a company or maybe on a project, um, the dependencies are there, like someone is creating the code on a specific version. Now in the future, maybe 5 years after the code has been created, that functionality is no longer available. Maybe it's available in a different way, maybe they've changed the spelling or something like that. And then if you use pip install numpy and you use the same code, you might run into errors. So this is why you want to use specific versions. So you know that all wherever you share the code, they will have the same version. Or If someone uses the code, they should know, okay, this is the version we are using, so they don't run into errors which are related to packages. And finally, we can also install packages from files. This is not usually done, but still there's an option that we have. So let's start coding. So the first thing that we want to do is try and install packages. Okay. So let's first look at this PyPy. So let's say pypy. So this is what it looks like. We do it like this. So here's a lot of packages. We can search for projects. One package is NumPy. So you see, we have a lot of packages named NumPy. NumPy, this NumPy 1, accelerated NumPy, audio to NumPy, these sort of things. We can even search on Google. We can say install NumPy. We get install NumPy from here, pypi. So let's go over here, do it like this. And it also tells you the command. Yeah, so this is the command you use. So pip install numpy, you can copy the command, and in the VS Code, let's get rid of this previous code. So here is the terminal or command prompt. You can also go to command prompt over here and write it, but you can also do it over here. Okay, I can say pip. Okay, first let me show you that we don't have this method. Module import installed, so I say import numpy, and it says no module called numpy. This means that it is not installed. I will clear the screen and I will say pip install numpy, right? And I do it enter, and it starts installing on its own. I do not need to do anything. Okay, so it might take a while, sometimes maybe 3 4 5 minutes, and it says that it successfully installed, right? Now let's try and see, and I run the code, so I don't get any error. This means that the module has been installed, right? So we have a lot of functions from NumPy. We can have a look at the documentation if we want. Let's say this one, API reference. We have, let's say, binary operations, bit picking, array creation routines, empty like these are all the functions available in the NumPy package. You can explore this one. This is a very useful package, so you can always explore this one, things like that. But this is how you install a third-party package, right? And then we can also remove the package, so we can say pip uninstall numpy, right? So it asks me, I will do uninstall, and then I save the code. Oops. Then I run the code. Now it's uninstalled. So now I want to say pip install numpy is equals to the latest version that we installed was, let's see, okay, so let's see, check numpy version Python, and yeah, so this is the way to check the version of a package. So let's say I want to install some older version. So right now we have 1.26.4. So let's say I want to do pip install 1.20.3. Okay, and it says okay, installing the package, and yeah, it's there. And now if I say print numpy dot version, and it says the version is 1.20.3, right? Now if I say pip uninstall numpy, yes, then I say pip install numpy without the version, I just want to see if there's any difference of the versions. So you can already see it is 1.24.4, right? It's a different version. Let's do this, which is 1.24.4. So this is how we can specify versions too. That is all from this lecture. We saw how we can use third-party modules. Sometimes you know something you want to do in Python, so you can simply search like, okay, I want to implement this model in Python, and on Google, and you might see some packages that you cannot find by yourself. So that is also a good technique to simply search for what you want to do in Python, and more often than not, there are different um, modules or packages that allow you to do so. So that will be all in this lecture, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.